in addition to the current request we have in.
Right.
What was the time again?
9 to 11. Now, the show itself is gonna start probably around 10:15-ish. So that time frame can be shorter, could be.
But you need time for people to set up.
Yeah, so they can come and get their bring lawn chairs, whatever, and then barricades will go within the 15-minute window before it starts. And as soon as that show's over, whether that's at 10:30 or 10:45, they're coming down, we go put them away, take care of all that. The detour signs are already gonna be, the proper signage to detour people to. So what we thought with the parade, since we already have the barricades for the parade, is we'll just kick those to the side until the evening, and then kick them back out, in just this 2-block, area. That's the request.
Council?
I got a couple of questions.
Sure.
I wanna do this, I really do. What are the odds of our doing it again?
Of doing 4th of July celebration?
I have been highly disappointed over the last couple of years that the city's celebration of the 4th has basically tanked. If this begins to reinvigorate Independence Day celebrations, what's the opportunity of doing perhaps a smaller display in the future for future Independence Day?
Well, it's, the whole reason we're trying to go about this, for being very compliant, is so we can do it again. The last thing I want to happen is that something go awry, okay, that's it, we're not doing this again, ever. So I'm really trying to be cognizant of
Which is
that.
probably why it hasn't been done in so many years.
Well, it hasn't, and it's really exciting, and the fireworks thing is kind of the tail end of the whole day with the parade. We're gonna have a great parade and really honoring the vets, and we got music, we got free food in the park. I just talked with the county yesterday and made sure to be compliant with them as far as, I learned that you cannot cook meat at your house and bring it to the park if you're giving it or selling it to the public. So we just had a meeting tonight at 5 o'clock, and all the people that are donating food go, okay. And I'm gonna give them a copy of that ordinance that's through the county. This is the things we have to do. And I'm glad Debbie called me. At first I'm going, that doesn't make any sense. Because you know me. I had to really step back and go, okay. She goes, well, I'm gonna have Megan call you so she can, and there's an email out there, which I'll get tomorrow, but, so that is all gonna be, again, compliant. We have to have signage down there that says you gotta eat food at your own risk. If people bring salads or whatever, you have to be signage compliant, and, that's good. It just protects everybody, the county, the city, everybody, as far as. All that being said, it's gonna be a lot of fun stuff. The parade's gonna be amazing. We're gonna have music in the park. The fireworks show is gonna be awesome. There's gonna be stuff going 600 feet in the air. I went and helped set up a trailer just to learn how to do it 2 weekends ago in Helena. And it was like, I was like a little kid standing there going, can we just blow one up? I just want to see it go right now. Nope.
Do you have a second
Anyway,
question?
sorry.
Second question. Bless their hearts, we're going to have a lot of adults sitting down here with their kids, getting fidgety next to a bar. Is there going to be alcohol?
Well, technically, I think you can't be walking around on the street with an open container, correct? My other part of this is we're having a meeting with the bar owners next week. So Amber, John, Chase, Mark, all get together. Okay, here's the deal. You can't make somebody do something, but you gotta be very emphatic that they can't have fireworks. There'll be no booze on the street. None of that. You can't wrestle them down, but they're not supposed to be out there doing that anyway, from my understanding, correct? But I'm gonna guarantee that's not gonna happen?
But the applicant's not serving.
No.
Okay, because the event order.
There'll be nothing outside of the bars, nothing on the sidewalks. Nate?
Mayor, I was curious, as long as I lived here and known, there's never been an open container law.
They have open containers during street dance.
Yeah.
No.
You can walk around whenever you want. All fast they go.
So if
I didn't know if it was or wasn't.
if John wants to do a bar out on his little bar area, he's fully allowed to.
Does that make him a participant in the event? We never discussed this when we were developing the ordinance.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure because John's bar is technically on John's property, it's
Right,
not on the street.
right.
Yeah, he's not selling outside the bar.
Well, I mean, you mean
Amber
off his
would be
private
selling
property.
Yeah, I mean, like on
inside,
the street, right.
Mark
Everything would be inside as far as
yeah.
the bars go.
It would just be them wandering on the outside.
I don't wanna stop anybody from having a good time, but I also
Right.
don't want drunk people setting off fireworks despite all
That's
the
the
signs.
biggest thing I wanna talk to the bar owners about is, you can't
Well, they're
make
not
anybody
supposed
do
to be setting
anything
off
but just,
any fireworks
there's gonna be
there
signs
anyway.
all over this street just going absolute firework free zone, no fireworks, period.
Bar owners are gonna tell you it's not their responsibility to
I know,
police the
as long as they
street.
walk outside the bar, there's not there.
Mhm.
Will there be law enforcement presence on the
Well,
street, or are they gonna be
I
tied
just
up
talked
at
to
the
Mark
other?
Wood the other day about that, he's gonna have guys here, and or, someone stationed over there
Yeah.
at Whitney's. He goes, I don't know if I can tell you, I'm gonna have guys to be able to walk this.
Right.
To, just keep an eye, so I don't know that answer to that question.
Nate, I do believe that you are correct.
Yeah, looks like it.
There also is, doesn't look, with that brief search, there is no statewide open container law as far as, walking on public streets. There is an open container law with respect to vehicles.
And the other question I wanted to ask John and Nick, I think it's illegal to shoot fireworks on the highway, is that right? I know the city doesn't have the ordinance in place yet, but can they, I don't think they can do, I don't know that, I don't know if you guys know.
When we went through the ordinance the first time, we never found that kind of a restriction.
And I may call John, just say, is there something with MDT that says you cannot do that on the highway? Either there or here, I'd like to know that, just be good information to know that.
Yeah.
Other questions from, yes?
I have two questions.
Sure.
One, the initial request, I believe, was to shut the street down 12 from noon to 4. Am I correct in that? So are we extending it from noon to 11, or are we stopping it
No,
and then closing it back?
I don't even think it's gonna be 4 o'clock, cause the parade's gonna be over by 1-ish. Then everybody goes down to the park and does the food thing, and then we kick all the barricades to the side till 9 o'clock if this gets approved. Then we come back and have guys just on these 2 blocks. And then after it's over, barricades come down and get put away that night, it's
Okay.
not the next day.
My second question is, since you're using Heritage Park for your food situation, is there not a reservation application that should be filled out for that specifically in the event ordinance?
Not necessarily. The event ordinance said that if you were scheduling an event, the event is the reservation.
Up to how many people?
I don't think we had that limit. We had that discussion.
We reserved it through the chamber a while back, not knowing even this was gonna happen, so right now it's reserved, I think, under the chamber. I guess the other question, I think we need to get a food permit, even though we're giving food away, is that correct?
You would want to work
With
with
the
County.
the county.
Megan, is that right?
Have a
Megan?
certification,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's about $25 or whatever they are.
I don't even know it's that much.
Yeah.
Could I make a request?
Sure.
This is a first time, and it's fairly complicated.
It is.
I'm excited, this is interesting. Would the Legion be willing, insofar as it can, to come back during the first Tuesday in August and report on what worked and what didn't?
Absolutely.
So that we can try to improve this for the future.
I'm actually a son of the Legion, which kind of, it's under that umbrella, but yeah, I would be willing to do that, and or get Tom or Tim Pool or whoever to also. Yeah, 'cause I think it's really, and we just had this discussion tonight, hopefully everything goes well, we're gonna have some hiccups, we know that, it's gonna happen first time, long time. I'm just really excited for Townsend to do this, because when we were kids, Vicki, the fairgrounds, fireworks, man, it's a big thing, way back when.
Couldn't prove it by me. My family always set them off at home.
Yeah, anyway, just, it's not a better time than America's 250th birthday to do that, and then we're gonna have a really good veteran presence, we got a really tear-jerking float, which I won't even tell you about, it's gonna be amazingly cool. We're gonna have the bugle player playing taps, we're gonna stop in the middle of the street on the parade, and a moment of silence for the vets. The gentleman in full dress doing taps, which will be good. In addition to other stuff, so, yeah, I guess
You've heard
go
the
back to.
request, you've heard the request, council, what is your pleasure?
I move to accept the modification of the existing event application to include the evening street closure as requested.
Is there a second?
I will second that.
Been moved and seconded to approve the request, for an addendum to the Fourth of July event for an evening street closure from Front Street to Spruce down Broadway. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion is carried, so,
Thank you.
Doug, I would ask that you work with Carrie to get the right forms put
Yeah.
in place. And council, if I remember correctly, those require your signatures, so,
I'll
when
be
that
here
is all,
tomorrow to
okay,
get
when
that
that is
taken care of.
all, ready, we'll let you know.
Yeah, okay.
You too are welcome to, yeah, Eric.
I just wanna point out a thing of observation. I'm a little concerned about the enforcement of no fireworks that are gonna be proposed in a zone. Cause technically, there's no teeth that the city or the deputies would have on. It would be his enforcement. It'd be like the Rotary and the dog issue. I'm just looking at it from back when I was compliance officer and everything else. It might be a very interesting hurdle that you guys have to cross as the event putter honor. So, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it could be an extremely interesting hurdle that you gotta cross, so.
And speak to that for a second, and I appreciate that, this is where I'm gonna really lean on the bar owners to, you can't make them not do whatever they're, and you're gonna have that 1% that's gonna be defiant, cause you told me I can't, this is a free country, blah, 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 blah. But they just gonna have to, we have to put a lot of faith and trust in the bar owners to keep a rein on their patrons or people. The signs will be there, that doesn't mean that they're gonna get arrested if something happens, but from a safety standpoint, I hope that you hope the public is at least conscious